All right then, Sam Darnold is now flashing his talent at the quarterback position as he is currently in a quarterback competition with JJ McCarthy. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about what the Minnesota Vikings aren't telling us about Sam Darnold. Remember, Sam Darnold signed a one-year, $10 million contract with the Vikings back in March. However, this is now the fourth NFL team Sam Darnold has been a part of in his NFL career. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. Are you confident in the Vikings with Sam Darnold as their quarterback? I'm going to say no to that question. I am not a believer in Sam Darnold. I have never been a believer in Sam Darnold, and I will never be a believer in Sam Darnold. With Sam Darnold entering his seventh year in the NFL, it's pretty clear what he is and isn't at this point in stage of his NFL career. Sam Darnold is a veteran journeyman, whether you want to admit that or not. There's a reason why 3 teams have given up on Sam Darnold at this point in stage of his career. Back in 2018, Sam Darnold was drafted with the number 3 overall pick by the New York Jets, and although the Jets did not give Sam Darnold any support whatsoever, it was abundantly clear that Sam Darnold did not belong in the National Football League as the starting quarterback. Now, granted, has Sam Darnold shown flashes? He can be the guy for a franchise. Yes, I saw that firsthand in Carolina. I'm a Panthers fan, and I watched a lot of Sam Darnold football back when Sam Darnold was the starting quarterback for the Panthers, and he was incredibly frustrating to watch. Even when Sam Darnold was playing good football, I never thought Sam Darnold was that good of a quarterback. I thought that DJ Moore did most of the heavy lifting in Carolina back when he was throwing the football to those guys, and I also thought Christian McCaffrey helped out Sam Darnold a lot. But ultimately, what was the biggest flaw in Sam Darnold's game? He held onto the ball too long, and he turned over the football entirely too much. Sam Darnold is a guy that struggles to process information well at the line of scrimmage, and that's not for a lack of effort. I know Sam Darnold tries his hardest to perform out there on the football field, but it's clear Sam Darnold does not have what it takes to be a great quarterback in the National Football League. He failed on the Jets, he failed on the Panthers, and on the 49ers, he didn't really get to play a whole lot when he was the backup quarterback for the 49ers. Now, granted, that was because Brock Purdy had emerged into a star quarterback for the 49ers, but nonetheless, it was pretty clear Sam Darnold was not the guy in San Francisco. There's a reason why when they went to a quarterback competition, Brock Purdy won that job very easily. Brock Purdy is significantly better than Sam Darnold, and a lot of people do not feel like Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback in the National Football League. I think Brock Purdy could eventually grow into that role one day, but he's not an elite quarterback right now in the NFL as we are speaking. So if Sam Darnold is significantly worse than Brock Purdy, then what does that make Sam Darnold? It's pretty clear Sam Darnold does not have what it takes to be a great quarterback in the National Football League, and to expect that result to change now would be ludicrous. The Minnesota Vikings are expecting Sam Darnold to be a bridge quarterback. They're not expecting Sam Darnold to be a game changer. I know some delusional Vikings fans are saying, oh my goodness, Sam Darnold is that guy for the Vikings. We just found a steal in free agency by adding Sam Darnold. But in reality, Sam Darnold is more likely to be their version of Mitchell Trubisky, more so than the next Kurt Warner or something along those lines. Sam Darnold has been a turnover machine his entire career, and I don't expect that trend to change anytime soon. Now, can Sam Darnold win a game that you're supposed to lose? Yes. But can Sam Darnold also lose you games that you are supposed to win? Absolutely. You live with the good and bad with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I would have started JJ McCarthy week 1, but it seems like they're not going to go ahead and do that. They're going to let Sam Darnold get the start in the beginning of the season, mainly because of the fact that he has played well in training camp, which I will give Sam Darnold props for being able to connect with Justin Jefferson throughout training camp. The guy's played great football for the Minnesota Vikings. It seems like he has a lot of experience playing in a Kevin O'Connell offensive system, mainly because of the fact that he was sitting behind Brock Purdy last year, and obviously Kyle Shanahan runs a lot of similar plays to a guy like Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell is a good head coach, but he hasn't necessarily had great quarterback play his first 2 years on the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, Kevin O'Connell is not going to be able to get the most out of Sam Darnold because no coach has been able to get the most out of Sam Darnold. But it's pretty clear the Minnesota Vikings believe in Sam Darnold for now. I believe Sam Darnold will last 4 games in the starting starting lineup for the Minnesota Vikings. I believe the Vikings will get off to a slow start with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. I'm looking at their schedule right now. They play week 1 against the Giants, then they play week 2 against the 49ers, and then they play week 3 against the Texans, and then they play week 4 against the Green Bay Packers, and then you got the New York Jets coming up. That's a pretty brutal stretch to start off the season. Obviously, you look at the Minnesota Vikings schedule to start off the season, you're thinking they're probably not going to win more than one game on their schedule. That's right. I think the Minnesota Vikings are going to start off 1-3 with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. They might even start off 1-4. We'll see what happens, though. I don't think Sam Darnold is going to last longer than 4 games in the starting lineup, mainly because we know Sam Darnold is a turnover machine. Now, granted, can Sam Darnold win you games that you have no business winning? Yes, but Sam Darnold can also single-handedly lose you a game. I've watched Sam Darnold up close on the Carolina Panthers, and I saw him lose games single-handedly by himself. You look at how Sam Darnold essentially has to have an elite defense around him with elite weapons and elite coaching just so Sam Darnold can look competent. Sam Darnold isn't that guy. He will never be that guy, and it's pretty clear the Minnesota Vikings need to move on from Sam Darnold sooner rather than later. I know that he's been playing well in training camp, but a lot of guys can play well in training camp. I remember on the Panthers, he balled out in practice all the time. Did that mean anything when it came to game time? No, it didn't, because Sam Darnold was often a turnover machine when the games turned on. And Sam Darnold, yeah, he had good stretches of play, but he would absolutely kill any momentum that he built by turning over the football entirely too much. Sam Darnold was entirely frustrating to watch as the quarterback of the Panthers, and I know 2 other teams agree with what I had to say about Sam Darnold on the Panthers, because the Jets gave up on Sam Darnold, the Panthers gave up on Sam Darnold, and the 49ers didn't even bother to keep Sam Darnold as their backup quarterback. That's why they went out and got a cheaper option in Josh Dobbs, who's a veteran journeyman. He's basically a guy off the street. Now the Minnesota Vikings think Sam Darnold is going to be an adequate starter. Are you kidding me? That's not going to happen. The Minnesota Vikings know that they downgraded at the quarterback position by letting Kirk Cousins walk just so they could sign Sam Darnold. If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I'm starting JJ McCarthy week 1, and I'm letting him take the growing pains for the Vikings. But you know what? We're going to let JJ McCarthy marinate on the bench. We're going to let him learn the game from the sidelines, and that when he is ready, he's going to come into the starting lineup, and that hopefully Sam Darnold will know what he is doing when he is out there on the football field. Do I have doubts that will happen? Of course. Sam Darnold has never exactly shown to be a high football IQ player, but that's Sam Darnold for you in a nutshell. I guess we'll see what happens, though. I believe Darnold lasts 4 weeks in the starting lineup, and I think he will grab 1 win in the starting lineup as the quarterback of the Vikings. Other than that, though, I believe Sam Darnold is going to single-handedly cost the Vikings a playoff spot. I think if they start JJ McCarthy, they're a borderline playoff team. But with Sam Darnold as their quarterback, I don't expect much from the Minnesota Vikings this year, because Sam Darnold has never been a winner his entire career. The sooner Vikings fans accept that, the better off everybody else will be. As far as what the Minnesota Vikings aren't telling us about Sam Darnold, they're not telling us that Sam Darnold is going to be a bridge starter to JJ McCarthy. That's why they don't want to start JJ McCarthy week 1. They want him to develop from the bench, and they want Sam Darnold to play competent football until JJ McCarthy is ready to enter the starting lineup. It's kind of like what Mitchell Trubisky was for the Steelers post Ben Roethlisberger days, where they didn't want to transition to Kenny Pickett right away. Instead, they went to Mitchell Trubisky first, and they served Mitchell Trubisky as the bridge quarterback. That's what I see happening with Sam Darnold at the quarterback position. He's nothing more than a bridge quarterback for the Vikings. So that is why I am not incredibly confident in the Vikings with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. Ultimately, though, I see Sam Darnold lasting 4 weeks in the starting lineup before getting benched to JJ McCarthy. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the Addison Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at DustinTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter at DustinTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video. Comment down below. Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy talking.